all you wrestling sickos doing today? I know I'm not having a load of fun. Sat here, watched Dynamite, got bored out of my fucking mind. Majority of it absolutely sucked. Not a whole lot to speak of about this show. Main event had the Women's World Championship, Mariah May versus Mia. And, yeah. Show sucked. But we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to be miserable while we do it. Let me tell you, folks. It was a real fucking shit show. And boy, was I not liking it. But hey, what are you going to do? Anyway. Let me just pull this up real quick for us so we can discuss it. But anyway, I had a horrible day with basketball. Ended up losing. Jalen Brunson on the New York Knicks did terrible. Only scored 14 points. I had him and Steph Curry both scoring 20. And if they would have both hit, I would have won a really good amount of money. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Came up very short. Curry right now is got 6 points, but that don't matter because I already lost the fucking bet. Unfortunately. So let's get into AEW Dynamite. And go over this entire show. This is AEW Dynamite, by the way, review for December 11th, 2024. So let's get to it. Shit. That's what I call being prepared, huh? What a joke. Come on, you dumb phone. My phone is acting kind of slow right now. For some god-awful reason. Alright, so let's get into this review because I want to get this over and done with. I will be giving you guys my Raw and SmackDown reviews earlier this week, done tomorrow as well. I will upload those two videos tomorrow in separate reviews. I did watch them both. Unfortunately, SmackDown, I have a hard time with SmackDown. I have no way of watching it at the time it actually starts. I got things I gotta do in my life, and I ain't got time to sit there and watch pro wrestling at fucking 8 o'clock on a Friday night. I got things to clean up, groceries to get, and there's traffic and all kinds of other shit I gotta worry about after I'm done with work. By the time I get done with all of it, it's already 8 o'clock. And I haven't even gotten started on cleaning the house yet. So, that is kind of a hit and miss thing for me. I do watch the episodes, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I don't for SmackDown. But yeah, it is kind of a hit and miss thing for me. So if I don't review them, I do apologize to you guys. I really do want to watch these episodes and know what's going on. But yeah. Alright, so Orange Cassidy and Jay White tag team together to open the show against Jon Moxley and Pac. The match actually ended with Hangman getting in the ring and attacking Moxley with right hands, and the referee called for the bell and the match ended. So it ended with disqualification. Later on, we had Moxley go ahead and pretty much state that he is interested in defending the World Championship in a Fatal 4-Way match at the World's End pay-per-view. Yippee. Woohoo. So we got that to look forward to. Great. Me personally, I knew this was coming. Jon Moxley's retaining the championship. There's no doubt about it. He's definitely retaining that title. If he ends up losing this fucking belt, I would be shocked. But yeah, I don't see him losing this title at all. I see him retaining it. And that's pretty much the way the story's going to go with that. What else happened on this piece of shit show that I truly don't care about, honestly? So what happened after the match? Cassie pulls Hangman away, but Hangman with right hands, in comes Jay White, and he hits Paige with right hands. Cassie goes for the orange punch into Paige, but Paige ducks, and he accidentally hits White with it, and Cassidy with the orange punch onto Paige and White with the Blade Runner onto Cassidy. Moxley and the Death Riders get in the ring, and they beat up on Cassidy, White, and Paige. We see a Bandito on a horse, and he's confronted by 4 men, but he takes them all down. Whoop-de-fucky-do. Then we cut to backstage, and the Death Riders are standing. Moxley says he is a marked man, and he would not have it any other way. He says the only way to live is with a knife on your throat and a dynamite stick burning. Talk about fucking psychotic. He says he lets egos run people's lives, but this is not about him. It's about his people. They do not fight flesh and blood. Moxley says at World's End in Florida, a fatal 4-way match will take place for the AEW World title, and then he walks away. Christian Cage had a very entertaining segment. He was downright brutal actually in this segment. Christian is still in attendance, and he begins to talk, and he tells everyone to shut up as he conducts his business. He says it's a 4-way match for the world title at World's End, and he has a problem with every person in that match. Jay White cost him the world championship at Full Gear, and so did Adam Page by not holding his end of the bargain. And he says Orange Cassidy is just a little pissant who gets in on his nerves, but his biggest problem is with Jon Moxley because he has what he wants. But Christian could be waiting on the other side, and if he is, this time he won't miss. He will send Moxley back to rock bottom. He will hear himself telling him that he needs that drink, and he will take him back to rehab. Holy shit, what a fucking comment there. I knew he was going to go there too. The guy is so controversial now all of a sudden, working in AEW. He was never this way as a heel in WWE. More of a little creepy bastard, honestly. Christian says he's the next AEW World Champion. Christian stands up and turns around, and he sees Hook. This was actually a very entertaining segment. Christian stands up, turns around, and sees Hook, and Christian begins to run, but Hook catches him. He also smashes the window of the door so he can get into the suite, and Hook slams him into a cabinet in the press box and tries to choke him out, but Christian gets out of it. Hook tries to throw Christian off the balcony, but Christian gets out of that. Hook throws him back into the press box. We cut to an announce team who runs through the card for tonight. Continental Classic Gold League. We get Will Ospreay and Claudio Castagnoli. Obviously, we know that Will Ospreay was going to get the W here. He was not going to lose to Claudio Castagnoli. I wasn't particularly entertained by this whatsoever. I didn't think much of it. It is what it is. Castagnoli attacks Will Ospreay after the match is over, and he hits him with the neutralizer Claudio to the outside and grabs a chair, but Darby Allin runs down with a baseball bat, and Claudio leaves through the crowd. Renee Paquette is backstage with Ricochet, and she tells him he is 1-1 in the Continental Classic. Ricochet tells her that this is why he came to AEW, for the competition. Yeah. He came to AEW because you didn't think you were getting enough treatment in WWE, which you were by the end of your contract, but you refused to resign. And nothing brings it out like the Continental Classic, and he has Brody King tonight. He tells her that King is not Ricochet. They both might be 1-1 tonight. He holds all the cards, and he takes out a business card with the letters MVP on it. Ricochet going to the Hurt Syndicate. I like it. I actually do. It might bring him some sort of importance on the show and not have him become irrelevant. Because God knows he's just a carbon copy of fucking Will Ospreay at this point, the way he wrestles in the ring. He needs to get a different wrestling style in the ring at this point because he's basically putting himself in a shadow to Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay and him have the same wrestling style, and I don't think it works out well for Ricochet to have himself stand out, really. We cut to the outside of the arena, and MJF steps out of the vehicle and he walks into the arena. We come back from a commercial break, and Renee Paquette is with Matt Cardona backstage. He tells her that it is great to be back in AEW. He belongs here. No, you actually belong in WWE, being utilized with this gimmick Matt Cardona character you got. And also, you could also work in TNA, where you actually felt important. You're working in Ring of Honor for the world title. That means absolutely fucking nothing. So, I don't know. I think Matt Cardona might beat Chris Jericho for the world title at Final Battle in Ring of Honor, but who's to say? He says he's always ready. For the last 5 years, he has busted himself to reinvent himself, and now he has a match against Chris Jericho. He challenges Brian Keith to a match at Rampage. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Nobody's going to be watching. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly with the winner to face MJF at World's End. Obviously, Adam Cole walks away with the W here with a roll-up pinfall, I believe. Yeah, he gets a roll-up on Kyle O'Reilly. Very boring match. A lot less entertaining compared to their encounter in NXT. I think their match in NXT was better than this. Their match in Ring of Honor was way better. The OG version of Ring of Honor, not today's Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor of today sucks. MJF leaves through the crowd. He actually tried to get involved in this match to distract Adam Cole, and Adam Cole super kicked him in the face before getting the W. MJF ends up leaving through the crowd, and Cole points to MJF as he leaves. Cole extends his hand, but Kyle rolls to the outside of the ring, and he walks away. We cut to FTR, who are backstage, and they cut a promo on Death Riders and how they will be on Dynamite at the first show of the year. Jericho cuts a promo on Matt Cardona about Cardona's match against Keith. An interview from earlier during the day airs where Tony interviewed Darby Allin, and he talks about the Continental Classic and how he needs to win it because he feels like it represents AEW and the passion of AEW. I don't understand how the hell anyone can say that the Continental title is all that of an importance. The fucking Continental Champion's in the fucking tournament, and he could lose the damn title without even defending the fucking belt. Are you kidding me? Again, I say, why isn't the Continental Champion the last person that someone faces to challenge for the title, and this should be a number one contenders tournament. You look at, they want to do this as a G1 climax type of reenactment. Okay, fine. I have no issue with that. But you don't see in New Japan Pro Wrestling the fucking world champion defending his title in a tournament where they're given points and a round robin type of scenario, competing against different people in their league, and then eventually having the two winners from each one of those leagues, one winner from each league, facing each other in a one-on-one match to determine who gets to face the champion. This is determining who gets to be Continental Champion. You might as well say Okada is stripped of the fucking title, and each year the champion's stripped of the fucking belt. That's ridiculous. You don't strip someone of the fucking title just because there's a tournament that comes around every year. What's the fucking point of them defending the title year round then? It's idiotic. It's stupid. I don't like it. I'd be fine with the tournament if the champion wasn't actually in the fucking tournament. It would make a lot more sense. But hey, who says that AEW makes sense anymore these days? Ricochet versus Brody King. Obviously, Ricochet wins this match. I don't think Ricochet is going to lose to fucking Brody King. Then we get Renee Paquette is backstage with Anna Jay. And Mercedes Moné. And Moné tells Anna Jay that she is proud of her. She is proud that she went to Japan to train. And she's only 26 years old. But by the time she was 26, she was a 5-time women's champion. And next week on Dynamite, she will show her that there is a price to pay when you mess with her. With Mercedes Moné. Anna Jay tells her that she will listen to her. And she tells Mercedes that she is having a legend. And she is aware that she is the underdog, but that is fine. She keeps proving people wrong, and she tells Mercedes to underestimate her because all she needs is 3 seconds to shock the world and become the new TBS champion. Anna Jay walks away with Mercedes standing there angry. Big fucking whoop-de gosh darn do. This shit sucks. I honestly don't fucking care about AEW Dynamite anymore. I don't give a shit about this fucking product, honestly, guys. Then we had the Women's World Championship match. We had Thunder Rosa in the background. Well, not in the background. In the stands. Standing there, going ahead. Screaming her full head off. Saying that Mariah May is not her women's champion. As if she's a fucking fan instead of a wrestler. And, yeah. So, we have Mariah May winning the match, beating Mina, and then all of a sudden we get Toni Storm returning as the original Toni Storm. No character change, no nothing. Back to the original character she was at when she started in AEW and also in WWE for that matter. Why are we getting this shit? Toni Storm had a great gimmick. Why couldn't we just evolve the character? Not revert back to the original character she has been playing for many years. I don't understand why we couldn't be creative and do things a little bit different. But I guess that's asking for too much, you know? I don't know, guys. AEW sucks. I really think AEW fucking blows a dick. Honestly. I am not a fan of this product right now. I haven't been for the last year. And I said it years ago. The moment WWE starts to produce good content, they get rid of Vince McMahon, they're going to hit their stride, they're going to be good again, and people are going to forget about AEW. And lo and behold, ever since that has occurred, AEW's ratings have dropped tremendously. And we have not seen AEW even hit 800,000 views for almost a year now, I think. They've been below that. They were averaging between 800,000 to 1,000,000 views a week. On average, without blinking an eye. And then when CM Punk left, and all this other bullshit occurred, this company has went whee, and they have fallen apart. 2024 is by far the worst fucking year AEW has ever had. 2023 was the start of 2024 turning into one of the shittiest years of AEW's history in wrestling, in the industry right now. I really don't have any hope for this company. I was a huge fan for this company. I want to see it succeed. I just don't see it happening. I don't see Tony Khan having that thrive to raise his viewership, raise the bar, entertain people with good storyline telling and all that. This show was abysmal, boring as fuck. I did not give two flying shits about this product. Monday Night Raw last week. Wrestling wasn't all that great, but there was good stories being told throughout the entire show, and it was a light show this past Monday. Monday Night Raw was a light show, and yet the promos, the work, the stories that they told were good enough for being a passable show, despite the wrestling not being all that great. And I'll go into that and discuss that with you guys tomorrow, along with the SmackDown review. But this is just terrible. You got a roster full of great talent and no stories to be told. I honestly do not grasp the rhyme or reasoning behind this company anymore. Outside, it's just coasting and don't give a fuck. And if they don't give a fuck, good for them. I don't know how much longer I'll be covering it. But at this point, the way they keep going, I might find something else better to do with my time on a Wednesday night than watching this shit. Because that's what this is. Absolute fucking shit. I can't stand watching this garbage anymore. I mean, how can you guys even... You guys couldn't debate this with me. There's no way you can debate this product to me and tell me, oh, this is a good product. Really? Product doesn't have a lot of people sitting in the audience. They have to black out most of the arenas half the time. They were in T-Mobile Arena. And the fucking audience, half of it was blacked out. Probably because they maybe had, if they were lucky, 5,000 people sitting in it. When that fucking arena can hold up to 18 to 20,000 people. This company is a fucking joke. Honestly. I don't know how this guy Tony Khan is making it. I don't know how he is seeing that his company is being a success right now. But this is by far the worst fucking year AEW has ever had. I hope they change things. I hope they turn this around. But my faith in Tony Khan at this point has dropped a lot. I do not have any trust for this man. He is very close to being as crappy of an owner as Vince McMahon was. Creatively, anyway. I'm not going to say as a person... I'm not going to say he's the same exact guy, but then again, Ray Phoenix, from what I've heard in news on YouTube from different platforms on YouTube, have stated that Ray Phoenix has been having nothing but issues with Tony Khan about his health. He's needed to see doctors and be attended to, And Tony Khan has pretty much ignored him, apparently, and left him out to dry, and is holding him bounded to the contract without using him, doing anything with him, and not caring about his well-being or health. I don't understand this shit. I don't know how a fucking little twerp like Tony Khan runs a business and runs it like that. You fucker, you go ahead, you get lucky. You get a company where you got a ton of money and you got the opportunity to make more money, and yet you're blowing the money on, like, as if it's just some sort of fucking enjoyment. Like, just a regular thing, It's just entertainment. It's fun. It's playtime. It won't be playtime when you find out one day you gotta close up shop and you're no longer in business. I mean, I don't know how much money he's willing to go in the hole with, but he needs to make a profit in order to continue to keep this thing going, or otherwise it's pointless at that point. So, I don't know. I really don't know, but honestly, this was a fucking terrible show. I didn't give two flying shits about it. And probably next week will be the exact same thing. But who's to say, Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say at this time. You know what to do. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great night, guys. Bye.